questions are being put in the examination. So these are few more terms. I will try to complete few more terms within 5 minutes. Point number 36. Difference between building lease and occupational lease. Difference between building lease and occupational lease. 37. Difference between head rent, sub rent, and profit rent. These few terms make you confused during the examination.
36. What is 36? What is 36?
Building lease and occupational lease. Difference between building lease and occupational lease. Income approach. Leasehold properties. Next is head rent, sub rent, and profit rent. What is the difference between these three types of rent?
What, sir?
Head rent, sub rent, and profit rent. Mr. Ravi Ranjan, please be punctual while attending the class.
Sir.
No attendance after 12:05. Your option to stay with us or please leave the class. No attendance for you for being late. So next is
network connectivity.
37. Head rent, sub rent, and profit rent. Next. Very simple question. Difference between lessor, lessee and sublessee. बहुत इजी है, लेकिन एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन आपके ऊपर मेंटल प्रेशर रहता है और आप कंफ्यूज रहते हैं, तो वहां पर लेसर की जगह लेसी हो जाता है. अगर लेसी इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना है तो लेसर इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट हो जाता है इन द केस स्टडी. तो ये आपको पहले ही क्लियर होना चाहिए, लेसर कौन है, लेसी कौन है और सब लेसी कौन है. कभी कभी लेसर और लेसी का इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करते वक्त ड्यूरिंग द केस स्टडीज यू माइट हैव कंफ्यूज्ड, and you may be confused during the examination also. Next, 39. Unearned increase. Unearned increase. Earning के जैसा है unearned, बिना कमाया हुआ. Unearned increase. What is meant by that and how to calculate it and what is its significance during the case studies while calculating the value of our leasehold property, especially by State Development Corporation, SIDC, MIDC, PSIDC, leather complex, sports and surgical complex. Like this type of properties, you may encounter the word unearned increase in the lease deed. Next, 40. Impairment loss. Impairment loss. As a registered valuer, you will certainly get few assignments related to impairment loss, and especially for plant and machinery valuers. What is impairment loss? Write the equation. CA is greater than RA. If CA is greater than RA, then impairment loss will happen. CA means current assets. RA means recoverable assets. And what is RA? RA is higher of two terms. Out of two terms, the higher amount will be considered as RA. What are these terms? FV minus cost of sale. Fair value minus cost of sale. Second is value in use. इन दोनों में से जो भी बड़ा होगा that will be termed as recoverable asset. And if CA is greater than RA, then impairment loss will happen. Next, 42. हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट, हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट, फोर्टी थ्री,
42.
42 हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट,
What was 41, sir?
41 is RA, recoverable asset is equal to higher of FV minus cost of sale, and second is value in use. दोनों में से जो बड़ा होगा वो RA होगा. 42 historical cost, 43, 43 मोस्ट सिमिलर वर्ड्स आपको कंफ्यूज करने के लिए देगा. वो क्या हो सकता है? बुक वैल्यू ओब्लिक नेट ब्लॉक और नेट बुक वैल्यू प्लस WDV, हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट. ये सभी चीजें एक ही हैं. आपको घुमा फिरा कर देगा, सबका मतलब एक ही है.
Book value, net block.
बुक वैल्यू, नेट ब्लॉक, नेट बुक वैल्यू प्लस WDV एंड नेक्स्ट इज हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट. अलग अलग सिनेरियोज में सबका मतलब एक ही है. आगे 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 आने वाले टाइम में हम पढ़ेंगे, नो नीड टू वरी. 44 कैरी अमाउंट, कैरी अमाउंट, 45 ग्रॉस ब्लॉक और ग्रॉस बुक वैल्यू दोनों का मतलब एक ही है. कंफ्यूज मत होइए एट द एग्जामिनेशन. ग्रॉस ब्लॉक एंड ग्रॉस बुक वैल्यू दोनों का मतलब एक ही है. अब से 5 मिनट के लिए हम नेगेटिव मार्किंग सर्वाइवल स्ट्रेटेजी पढ़ेंगे. इसमें हमने कुछ भी डिस्कस नहीं करना है, सिर्फ नोट करिए. दिस विल नॉट बी प्रोवाइडेड टू यू एनीवेयर. नेगेटिव मार्किंग सर्वाइवल स्ट्रेटेजी, कैसे आपने अपने आप को बचाकर रखना है. नो योर रिस्क मैथमेटिक्स, दिस इज अ क्रिटिकल. करेक्ट आंसर +1, ये सभी को पता है. रॉन्ग आंसर -0.25, अनअटेम्प्टेड 0. रूल आपको क्या इसमें करना है? इफ यू कैन एलिमिनेट एटलीस्ट 2 ऑप्शंस, अटेम्प्ट द क्वेश्चन. अगर आप 4 में से आपको 4 ऑप्शन मिलेंगे हर क्वेश्चन के साथ, अगर 4 में से आप 2 ऑप्शंस एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं तभी क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करिए, अदरवाइज लीव इट. इफ यू कैन एलिमिनेट ओनली 1 और नन, देन स्किप. इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? देयर आर फ्यू टिप्स नोवेयर मेंशन्ड इन एनी बुक. कहीं किसी ने नहीं बताएगा आपको, सिर्फ यहां पर आपको बताया जा रहा है, और इसको नोट करके रखिए और अपने कॉपी में नोट कर लीजिए. एग्जाम में जाने से 1 घंटा पहले इसको पढ़िए. नेगेटिव मार्किंग सर्वाइवल स्ट्रेटेजी, वो आपको फंसाना चाहता है. कैसे आपने बचना है, कुछ पॉइंट्स मैं आपको बता रहा हूं. मैथमेटिक्स क्लियर है? नेक्स्ट पॉइंट नंबर 2, 3-tier डिसीजन रूल. गोल्डन रूल क्या कहता है? अटेम्प्ट कॉन्फिडेंटली, यू नो द कॉन्सेप्ट, डायरेक्ट डेफिनेशन और फॉर्मूला है, क्लियर मेथड है और एसेट मैच कर रहा है, तो इमीडिएट अटेम्प्ट करिए. नेक्स्ट, अटेम्प्ट स्ट्रेटेजिकली, यू कैन एलिमिनेट 2 ऑप्शंस. ऑप्शन वायलेट स्टैंडर्ड्स, प्रीमाइस और डेफिनेशन. अटेम्प्ट विद लॉजिक. हर क्वेश्चन में आपको लॉजिक लगाना है. ये नहीं लगाना अरे यार हम तो ऐसे ही करते हैं, अरे यार मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऐसे ही करते हैं, हम भी ऐसे ही करेंगे. देखिए यहां पर वो आपको ऐसे नहीं करने वाला, वो आपको सीधा पेनलाइज करेगा. पेनलाइज करने का मतलब आपको सजा देना नहीं है. पेनलाइज करने का मतलब आपका नंबर काट लेगा. वो 1 नंबर जो मिलने वाला था वो जाएगा, 0.25 आपके वैलेट से जाएंगे. 1.25 का लॉस होगा गलत अटेम्प्ट करने से. उससे बेहतर है अटेम्प्ट ही मत करिए. डू नॉट अटेम्प्ट प्योर गैस, गैस मत लगाइए. न्यूमेरिकल विद अनक्लियर इनपुट्स. किसी भी न्यूमेरिकल में आपको लग रहा है यार ये तो मुझे समझ नहीं लगा, आप ये मत सोचिए कि एग्जामिनर की गलती है. एग्जामिनर की गलती करके एग्जाम तो आपने देना है ना, रिजल्ट आपका आएगा, एग्जामिनर का रिजल्ट नहीं आएगा. एग्जाम में बैठ के काफी लोग करते हैं, एग्जामिनर की गलती ढूंढते हैं. अरे यार उसने ये क्वेश्चन में ये गलत लिखा है. देखिए उसका कुछ नहीं जाने वाला, एग्जाम में रिजल्ट आपका आएगा. तो आप एग्जामिनर की गलती मत ढूंढिए, अपनी गलती को कोशिश करिए ढूंढने की. बिल्कुल गैस मत करिए. न्यूमेरिकल विद अनक्लियर इनपुट्स है, या टू ऑप्शंस इक्वली, आपको दो ऑप्शन में दोनों एक से लगते हैं, तो उनमें से कौन सा चूज करेंगे? ऐसा कोई आपको सिनेरियो आता है या ऐसा कोई सर्कमस्टेंस आता है, तो आप उसको मार्क एंड मूव ऑन, उसको मार्क करिए कि मैं बाद में देखूंगा, और आगे बढ़िए, टाइम मत वेस्ट करिए। पॉइंट नंबर 3, द एलिमिनेशन फर्स्ट मेथड, बिफोर सेलेक्टिंग एनी आंसर आस्क, डज इट वायलेट वैल्यूएशन स्टैंडर्ड्स? क्या इस क्वेश्चन में वैल्यूएशन स्टैंडर्ड्स को वायलेट किया गया है? डज इट कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट प्रीमाइस, जीसी और लिक्विडेशन? गोइंग कंसर्न, जीसी मींस गोइंग कंसर्न, कभी भी आप वैल्यूएशन में पढ़ेंगे जीसी, उसका मतलब है गोइंग कंसर्न। क्या ये कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करता है प्रीमाइस के लिए? हमेशा आपको प्रीमाइसेस ऑफ वैल्यू पता होनी चाहिए, ये हमने फर्स्ट डे डेफिनेशन में लिया था, आगे आने वाले टाइम में भी लेंगे। अगर जीसी और वर्सेस लिक्विडेशन में अगर ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट करता है, डज इट कंफ्यूज वैल्यू, कॉस्ट एंड प्राइस? डज इट इग्नोर डेट ऑफ और पर्पस? अगर इनमें कोई भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, इफ यस, अगर ऐसा आपको महसूस हो रहा है या लग रहा है, तो उसको एलिमिनेट करिए, उस ऑप्शन को 4 में से उसको हटाइए, बाकी के 3 पर कॉन्सेंट्रेट करिए। नेक्स्ट, पॉइंट नंबर 4, एक्सट्रीम वर्ड फिल्टर, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एग्जामिनर्स फेवरेट ट्रैप, यहां पर वो आपको हमेशा फंसाता है, फंसाने की कोशिश करेगा। हाउ? एलिमिनेट ऑप्शंस कंटेनिंग ऑलवेज, नेवर, ओनली, मस्ट इन ऑल केसेस। अगर 4 में से एक ऑप्शन है ऑलवेज वन, तो समझ लीजिए आपको बेवकूफ बना रहा है या आपको फंसा रहा है, इट इज अ ट्रैप। डोंट एंटर इनटू द ट्रैप। अगर वो बोलता है नेवर, इट विल नेवर, द पॉइंट नंबर 1 विल नेवर हैपन, तो ये भी ट्रैप है। ओनली, ओनली ऑप्शन 1, ओनली ऑप्शन 2, ये भी आपको आपके लिए ट्रैप है। या वो बोलेगा इन ऑल केसेस, मस्ट इन ऑल केसेस, ऑल 1 2 3, एक ऑप्शन लिखा होगा 1 2 3, 4 ऑप्शन में लिखा होगा ऑल 1 2 एंड 3, ऑल द ऑप्शंस, तो वो भी आपके लिए ट्रैप है। वैल्यूएशन इज जजमेंट बेस्ड, नॉट एब्सोल्यूट। डेट ऑफ परचेज, डेट एंड परचेज चेक, साइलेंट मार्क्स सेवर। इफ क्वेश्चन मेंशन आईबीसी और सीआईआरपी, कॉर्पोरेट इंसॉल्वेंसी रिजोल्यूशन प्लान, आईबीसी इंडियन बैंक्रप्सी कोड, आईबीसी और सीआईआरपी पर है थिंक, लिक्विडेशन एंड डिस्ट्रेस वैल्यू। तो यहां पर आपको लिक्विडेशन या डिस्ट्रेस के ऊपर ही कंसंट्रेट करना है। अगर दोनों में से कुछ भी आपको क्वेश्चन के सिनेरियो में मेंशन है, तो आंसर में आपको लिक्विडेशन या डिस्ट्रेस ही कंसंट्रेट करना है। रेंटेड प्रॉपर्टी है तो आपको इनकम अप्रोच ही कंसीडर करना है। रेंटेड है, लीज होल्ड है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, तो आपको इनकम अप्रोच ही आंसर होगा। अगर वैकेंट लैंड है तो या तो मार्केट अप्रोच से करेंगे या रेसिडुअल अप्रोच से करेंगे, अगर वैकेंट लैंड है। अगर आइडियल मशीनरी है, फॉर प्लांट मशीनरी, अगर आइडियल मशीनरी है तो प्रीमाइस डिसाइड द वैल्यू, वो किस पर्पस के लिए कर रहे हैं वो आपकी वैल्यू डिसाइड करेगा। मैनी रॉन्ग आंसर इग्नोर द पर्पस। आप अगर पर्पस को सोचकर चलेंगे कि क्वेश्चन में क्या पर्पस है, तभी आपको आंसर सही मिलेगा। अगर आपने पर्पस थोड़ा सा भी इग्नोर किया तो गड़बड़ हो गया। ये आपको किसी बुक में नहीं मिलने वाले क्वेश्चंस। अगर आपको नोट करना है तो नोट करिए, कहीं आपको पीपीटी भी नहीं दी जाएगी। टू करेक्ट इल्यूजन स्ट्रेटेजी, इफ टू ऑप्शंस लुक करेक्ट, अगर आपको 4 में से 2 ऑप्शन लग रहे हैं, यार ये भी हो सकता है, बी भी हो सकता है, ए भी हो सकता है, सी भी हो सकता है, या सी और डी दोनों ही आंसर हो सकते हैं, तो मैं क्या चूज करूं? चूज द ऑप्शन विद मेंशंस वैल्यूएशन स्टैंडर्ड्स लैंग्वेज आउट ऑफ 2, जिसमें वैल्यूएशन स्टैंडर्ड के ऊपर कोई भी लैंग्वेज यूज की गई है उसको चूज करिए। मैचेस आईबीबीआई टर्मिनोलॉजी, सेक्शन 247 को पढ़िए अच्छी तरह से, 2-3 बार पढ़िए। मैंने आपको पिछली बार बताया था कहां से सेक्शन 247 डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। आगे 0 आवर में किसी को नहीं समझ लगा तो हम वो भी डिस्कस करेंगे, लेकिन हमेशा आईबीबीआई टर्मिनोलॉजी को फॉलो करिए और उससे मैच करिए कि आंसर में 4 में से ऑप्शंस में से कौन सा उससे मोस्ट रिलायबल है, उसके मोस्ट नियर है। नेक्स्ट, इज लेस प्रैक्टिकल मोर थ्योरेटिकल। प्रैक्टिकल कम है और थ्योरेटिकल ज्यादा है। आईबीबीए प्रेफर्स स्टैंडर्ड कंप्लाइंट नॉट मार्केट प्रैक्टिस। आप प्रैक्टिस में क्या कर रहे हैं, मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है, उसको उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है। वो स्टैंडर्ड कंप्लाइंट है, उनको स्टैंडर्ड से लेना देना है। किताबों में क्या लिखा है, रूल में क्या लिखा है, उसके हिसाब से अगर आप चलेंगे तो सेफ रहेंगे। नेक्स्ट, 7th, न्यूमेरिकल एमसीक्यूज प्ले सेफ। ये स्ट्रेटेजी आपकी होनी चाहिए न्यूमेरिकल एमसीक्यू में। कैसे करना है? अटेम्प्ट ओनली इफ फॉर्मूला इज क्लियर, इनपुट्स आर कंप्लीट, यू कैन एस्टिमेट क्विकली, तभी आप न्यूमेरिकल को अटेम्प्ट करिए, वरना स्किप करिए। स्किप इफ मल्टी स्टेप कैलकुलेशन। बहुत ज्यादा आपको लग रहा है इसमें कैलकुलेशन है, मल्टी स्टेप है, एक स्टेप नहीं है। हो सकता है वो सिंपल हो, लेकिन आपके माइंड कहीं और सेट है, तो आपको लग रहा है मल्टी स्टेप है, तो इसका मतलब आप गलत है। तो भूल जाइए, उसको छोड़ दीजिए, स्किप करिए। ट्रिकी एडजस्टमेंट है, उसमें कुछ एडजस्टमेंट है जो करने वाली है, ट्रिकी है, तो उसको छोड़िए। टाइम प्रेशर एग्जिस्ट, आपके पास टाइम कम है, तो स्किप करिए। वन रॉन्ग न्यूमेरिकल कैंसल्स 4 करेक्ट आंसर। देखिए कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपके पास एक केस स्टडी है, केस स्टडी में पहला न्यूमेरिकल आपने गलत कर दिया, 2 नंबर का तो वो गलत हुआ, और उसके आगे के 3 जो न्यूमेरिकल हैं वो पहले आंसर पर ही डिपेंड करेंगे, तो आप वो भी रॉन्ग कर देंगे। पहला तो आप गलत करेंगे ही करेंगे, और उसके ऊपर जो बाकी के 3 आंसर केस स्टडी में डिपेंड करेंगे वो भी गलत कर देंगे। तो एक गलत आंसर आपके 4 न्यूमेरिकल खराब करेगा, 4 के ऊपर 8 नंबर के ऊपर 2 नंबर नेगेटिव मार्क जाएंगे आपके। नेक्स्ट, द रिवर्स लॉजिक, चेक 5 seconds, check in 5 seconds before looking answer. Ask, if this option were correct, would any वैल्यूएशन प्रिंसिपल भी वायलेटेड? आप जो 4 में से एक ऑप्शन चूज करते हैं, उनमें देखिए क्या इसको चूज करने के बाद कोई वैल्यूएशन प्रिंसिपल वायलेट होता है। इफ यस, तो रिजेक्ट करिए, उस ऑप्शन को चूज मत करिए। आउट ऑफ 4 दूसरे ऑप्शंस देखिए, अगर कहीं भी कोई वैल्यूएशन प्रिंसिपल वायलेट होता है, उस ऑप्शन को मत चूज करिए। डू नॉट चेंज आंसर ब्लाइंडली, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टिप। चेंज एन आंसर ओनली इफ आपने एक आंसर चूज कर दिया, बाद में लोग सोचेंगे अरे यार मैंने ए गलत चूज कर दिया, बी होना चाहिए था, अरे यार बी मैंने चूज कर दिया, वो तो बी होना चाहिए था, अरे यार फिर वापस ए करते हैं। टाइम भी वेस्ट होगा और आपकी एनर्जी भी जाएगी, और कई बार गलत क्वेश्चन भी होगा। क्या करना चाहिए? चेंज द आंसर ओनली इफ यू स्पॉट अ क्लियर कॉन्सेप्चुअल एरर। आपको लगता है कि 100% आप गलत हैं। यू मिसरीड द क्वेश्चन अर्लियर, आपने पहले क्वेश्चन को गलत पढ़ा था, तभी आप चेंज करिए। डू नॉट चेंज ड्यू टू एंजाइटी, प्रेशर में आके या एंजाइटी की वजह से आप अपनी गलती मत मानिए, हो सकता है आप सही हो। लास्ट 5 मिनट रूल, इफ टाइम रिमेन्स, अगर आपके पास लास्ट में 5 मिनट बचते हैं क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के बाद, तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं? इफ टाइम रिमेन्स, अटेम्प्ट ओनली डेफिनेशन बेस्ड एमसीक्यू। जो क्वेश्चन आपके बचे हुए हैं, जिनको आपने मार्क किया है कि मैं बाद में देखूंगा या मैंने छोड़ दिया है, उसमें क्या करना है? सिर्फ डेफिनेशन बेस्ड एमसीक्यू को अटेम्प्ट करिए। अगर आपके पास 15 क्वेश्चन बचे हुए हैं और 5 मिनट बचे हैं, आपके पास 5 मिनट बचे हैं कि क्या करना चाहिए, तो वापस जाइए, जो क्वेश्चन आपने छोड़े थे उनमें जो डेफिनेशन बेस्ड एमसीक्यू है उसको हाथ लगाइए, उसको छोड़िए, उसको छेड़िए, नहीं तो बिल्कुल मत हाथ लगाइए किसी को। अवॉइड न्यूमेरिकल्स, न्यूमेरिकल्स को कभी लास्ट में मत अटेम्प्ट करिए अनटिल अनलेस आप बिल्कुल फर्म हो। अवॉइड लॉन्ग सिनेरियो क्वेश्चंस। अगर 5 मिनट बचे हैं तो बड़ा सिनेरियो आपको दिया गया है, काफी बड़ा एक उन्होंने स्टोरी बनाकर दी है, तो उसको छोड़ दीजिए। साइकोलॉजिकल एज, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। स्किप गिल्ट फ्री, क्वेश्चन को छोड़ने में आपको गिल्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, आपको गिल्टी नहीं महसूस होना चाहिए। अरे यार मैं यहां पर एग्जाम देने के लिए आया हूं, 5,000 मैंने खर्चे हैं, 5,000 प्लस 900 खर्चे हैं, मैं एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन छोड़ दूंगा तो यार बड़ा गलत होगा। गिल्टी मत फील करिए, गिल्टी कॉन्शियस आपके अंदर नहीं आना चाहिए। अगर नहीं आता, स्ट्रेट वे छोड़ दीजिए। डू नॉट चेज अटेम्प्ट काउंट, अटेम्प्ट काउंट मत नोट करिए कि मैंने इतने अटेम्प्ट किए हैं। एक्यूरेसी इज ग्रेटर देन अटेम्प्ट्स, योर एक्यूरेसी ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन शुड ऑलवेज बी ग्रेटर देन अटेम्प्ट्स। नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट आप कम करें। ऐसे भी हमारे पास हुए कैंडिडेट्स हैं जिन्होंने सिर्फ 55 या 56 क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट किए, लेकिन उनके नंबर 60 से ऊपर आ गए। तो आप ये मत देखिए कि मैंने 50 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किए हैं, 60 किए हैं सही, या 80 किए हैं, या मैं तो पूरे 100 के 100 करके आऊंगा। नो, हो सकता है आप जो बाकी के क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करें उसमें नेगेटिव मार्किंग है और आप 59.75 पर रुक जाएं। आपके 65 मार्क्स आ रहे थे और नेगेटिव करके आप 59.75 पर रुक जाएं। अक्ले अ काम कैंडिडेट बीट्स अ क्लेवर वन। देखिए कितना बढ़िया यहां पर लिखा गया है, अ काम कैंडिडेट बीट्स द क्लेवर वन। क्लेवर होना हमेशा जरूरी नहीं है, काम एंड कूल होना जरूरी है ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन, फाइनल एग्जाम। व्हेन इन डाउट लिव इट आउट, एलिमिनेट फर्स्ट, आंसर लेटर। सबसे पहले आपको चार ऑप्शंस में से गलत ऑप्शन एलिमिनेट करने, जितने भी आप कर सकते हैं। उसके बाद बाकी पे कंसंट्रेट करिए। हर एक पर कंसंट्रेट करेंगे तो इट विल बी टू लॉन्ग टू आंसर। नेक्स्ट, आईबीबीआई एग्जामिनर माइंडसेट डिकोडेड। अब वो आपको फेल करने के लिए क्या क्या सोचता है, उसके दिमाग में क्या क्या हो सकता है, ये हम डिस्कस करेंगे आफ्टर द जस्ट आफ्टर द लंच ब्रेक। जस्ट आफ्टर द लंच ब्रेक, जैसे ही लंच ब्रेक के बाद टाइम खत्म होगा, आपका अटेंडेंस टाइम शुरू होगा, उसके बाद ये शुरू करेंगे। और ये बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। एग्जाम पास करने के लिए सिर्फ पढ़ाई नहीं, स्ट्रेटेजी भी जरूरी है। और स्ट्रेटेजी हम आपको बताते हैं ड्यूरिंग द जीरो आवर और ड्यूरिंग द tea break and during the lunch breaks, and we will utilize the time of your sessions. So without wasting much time, I would like to request Dr. Rajvinder sir to please take the charge and continue with the subjects prescribed for today's syllabus. Welcome back, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you, Sandeep ji, and a very warm welcome to all the friends. So, friends, we have completed the first major topic, which is valuation of real estate, in which we have discussed certain definitions. We have discussed mathematics of valuation and certain other things related to real estate. That was the basic things which, as a valuer, you have to know. Then, based upon all these things which you have learned so far, then there are three approaches, major approaches, which are the basis of all the valuation: cost approach, income approach, and market approach. So we will be taking these approaches one by one, and then we will discuss. First of all, we will be taking the simplest one, that is the cost approach. As most of you are in the valuation field, you have been using this cost approach most of the time. But here we will be discussing it from IBBI point of view, and we will certainly take those things which we generally ignore in our day-to-day work, which is very important. We might be knowing this method very accurately, but many things which we have been skipping in our day-to-day work, we will learn that, and especially those things which are important from examination point of view. So we are going to discuss cost approach. As far as syllabus of cost approaches is concerned, here you have to learn a method of cost estimates for buildings, then life of building, economic, physical, legal factor affecting the life of building. Then we will discuss about the total life age of the building, and how you can estimate the future life of the building. Then in your syllabus, you have to learn various methods of depreciation, functional, technological, and economical obsolescence, then reproduction cost, replacement cost, depreciated replacement cost, and then working examples adopting DRC. DRC is depreciated replacement cost as value subject to demand and supply aspect. Then we will be taking certain examples or case studies where we will be using land value by market approach and building value by cost estimation method for owner occupied bungalows, factories, and public building, etc. This is your syllabus as far as IBBI examination is concerned, and weightage for this subject is 7%. It is having a huge weightage, and it is the simplest thing you can learn, and you know most of the things which are in there in the syllabus. So first of all, we will discuss about the different methods of estimating. As an engineer and as an architect, as an a civil engineer, you know all these things. We will just go through these things, remind these things which we already know. There is nothing new in it, but those who are new to this profession, even those persons are having knowledge about these things. So there are different types of estimates, preliminary cost estimate. So it is just on the basis of certain thumb rules, we prepare an estimate that is called preliminary cost estimate. Then we are having plinth area cost estimate, cube rate cost estimate, approximate quantity method cost estimate, detailed cost estimate, revised cost estimate, supplementary cost estimate, and annual repair cost estimate. These are different types of estimates. So preliminary estimate, as far as preliminary estimate is concerned, it is also called abstract cost estimate or approximate cost estimate. So how it is prepared? We take the references from the similar types of buildings, that how much was spent upon such buildings. So we will be converting that estimate. So we will be using the references of similar types of buildings, how much cost was spent upon such types of buildings, and from these references we can calculate the value of our project. This is just a preliminary estimate. Now someone asks you that how much amount will be spent upon construction of a building which is 1200 square feet, and you know the cost of similar buildings is 1200 rupees per square feet. It means it is 1,44,000. This is just preliminary estimate. Then plinth area cost estimate. So each state and each state having they release plinth area rates of different types of buildings. These rates are released by public work departments of respective states. You can get the copies from PWD office, or most of these rates are available on the internet also. So what is plinth area rates? So basically these rates, whenever you basically the rates are for government buildings. Whenever a government building is to be constructed, first of all certain estimates which is generally called preliminary estimate, that suppose that an education department wants a building, a school building to be constructed. Then they will spend a proposal to the government. Government will ask the public PWD department that how much this project will cost. Then they will submit a proposal based upon preliminary cost, but here they will be using plinth area rates. These are just for preparing preliminary estimate. So in plinth area rates, what is done? These rates are available for different states. So it is based upon the area of the building. So what are the things, how this plinth area will be calculated, we will discuss in details in the coming lectures. But as of now, you must know in plinth area, we calculate the plinth area of the building, and then we multiply it with the per unit cost of construction of which is given by the plinth PWD department. So from there we calculate the cost of construction of the building. So here only two things are taken. One is length of the building, and second thing width. But the problem is height is not taken into consideration. So these rates are for a particular height, for 3 meter or 3.3 meter. If the height varies, if the height is more than 3.3 meter, or if the height is less than 3 meter, or if there are huge openings in the building where you cannot calculate the plinth area accurately. So these things will affect the estimated cost you have calculated. So there are certain implications. So main thing is that height is not taken into consideration. This is just for preparing an estimate, that is a preliminary cost estimate. These are not for exact estimates. But generally, what the valuers are doing, they are taking these plinth area cost from the PWD rates and are using in their evaluation reports. जी हाँ नमन, do you want to ask anything?
In our Telangana PWD, recently for the last 3-4 years, we are giving plinth area rates up to 3 meters this much, 3 to 4, like that we are giving some indexes.
That is one thing, but whatever estimate you get from here, that is just preliminary estimate. That is not accurate. But the problem is that most of the time we are using these rates in our valuation calculations. So main problem is height. Second is openings. Third thing, which is very important, is specifications. The specification which the PWD or CPWD, they are varying from the specifications of the building which you are doing valuation. So you have to make adjustment accordingly. That is where your experience will come into play. Such things are not available in the market. And another thing is that these rates varies very much from the actual market rates. If the plinth area rates given by the government is 1200 rupees say per square feet, but you may not get a contractor which will be ready to work at this rate. So that is why many times when you do the valuation on plinth area rates provided by PWD, the client will ask you that I cannot construct a building at this rate. But the problem is when you are doing valuation, you do not have any other authenticated proof, any other authenticated rate. So that is why you are using this rate. So it will depend upon case to case. So, but you do not have so much time that you can apply the detailed cost estimate. That for that you need a lot of time, and the client is not ready to pay for that. That is where the problem arises. But we have to deal with it, so that we have to go for conservative rates, so that we are able to defend our valuation at later stage. Then second type of estimate is cube rate cost estimate. In cube rate cost estimate, we take into consideration the height also. Three dimensions are taken: length, width, and height. And cubical content is calculated and cubical rate is used. But it is hardly used in practical purposes. Generally, plinth area rates is used, but you may use if you have cubical rates. Then approximate quantity cost method. So many times for similar buildings, this approximate, you know, the per running meter rate. If you have, basically it is based upon the perimeter, you can say. You calculate the perimeter of the building, you know the rate per meter length. This is just a rough calculations. So that is why it is called approximate quantity method. Next one is detailed cost estimate. So this is a main type of estimate which as a valuer, which as an engineer, which as an architect, you have to be conversant with. Though it is a long procedure to calculate the estimated cost by these methods, but these are the perfect one. Though it will be again an estimated amount, it will give you an estimated amount, but the variation will be much lesser than the other types of. So for detailed cost estimation, the cost variation may be 3 to 5%. So for that, what you need general specifications of the buildings of which you have to calculate the estimate, then detailed estimate specification. Then you need drawings such as plans, sections, elevations, detailed drawing, etc. Then you need design and calculation, design of foundation, beams, slabs, etc. And then you need schedule of rates. So these are the schedule of rates. These are provided by the PWD departments of your state. That is called schedule of rates, common schedule of rates. Maybe different states having different names. So again, these are provided by the PWD department or CPWD every year. Or if they are not provided, you will be providing certain indexes to increase the values. These are in certain states, these are called indexes. In certain states, these are called premiums over the different types of. Here, the quantity of different items is calculated, such as brickwork, cement, concrete, RCC, woodwork, flooring. Each and every thing is calculated in detail. So there are two methods, you know, center line method and into in and out to out method, or long wall, short wall methods we generally call it. So these are the things which are very important. This is the most accurate estimate if done perfectly. तो प्लीज जो नहीं देख रहे कोई बोल रहा तो अपनी म्यूट कर लीजिए अपने आप को. And then revised cost estimate. So basically revised cost estimate, these are used in government departments during the construction when there is changes in the estimated changes in the prices of the materials by more than 5% during the construction. Then a revised estimate has to be prepared and permission from the competent authorities has to be taken. That is why this revised estimate is prepared. It is generally used in government building, but may be used in the private buildings also, private projects also. Then supplementary cost estimate. So these estimates are prepared during the construction if certain item has to be certain construction has to be added, which was not there in the original estimate. Certain room or certain other construction has to be added, and which comes into the knowledge during the construction that this has also to be added in the building. For that, a supplementary estimate will be prepared and permission from the competent authority will be taken. And then annual cost repair estimate it is again used in government departments, such as in the railways. They have different buildings, station buildings, office buildings, quarters, etc. So many many buildings requires maintenance. So before the start of new financial year, estimate of repairs to be carried out in different buildings are prepared by the local offices. Then they are sent to the divisional office to get the permissions. So they are called annual repair estimates. So these are prepared such amount as to be spent in this financial year on the repair of the buildings of the department. So that are annual repair cost estimate. Then revised cost estimate, and you have studied supplementary cost estimate, we have studied annual cost estimate, we have studied. And then next comes life of the building. So life of the building can be categorized into three main types. One is economic, physical, and legal. So what is economic life of the building? Anybody?
Income fetching span of the building.
So let us take the example of a car. You purchase a car and you are using this car as a taxi. So during the initial years, it will require minimum maintenance. As the time passes, you will require a lot of money to be spent upon its maintenance. And these maintenance expenditures go on increasing. A time will come that maintenance amount will be more and your earning will be less. Every time you take out your car, you have to spend certain amount. So it means that it is not economically viable to use that car. Though it is still it can be used as per rules or as but it can be still be used. It is still in good conditions, but it requires maintenance, which is when it is not economically viable to use. We say its economical life has come to an end. Similarly, in the case of building, you have constructed a building, you have given it on rent. Every year you have to carry out annual repairs on the building, on whitewashing, or a certain amount has to be done, spent on repair of the building. So during the first 20, 30, 40 years, 45 years, this maintenance amount will go on increasing, but your earning will remain constant. A time will come when it will not be viable, that the amount you need to spend every year will be much higher than the amount you are getting from the income. So we call that the economic life of the building has come to an end, but it still can be used. It still can be used for some other purpose also, or it can still be used if you think you cannot replace it. So when it is not economically viable to use the building, we call it that economic life of the building has come to an end. So for valuation purposes, we are using this economic life of the building. You will be using economic life of the building. So second type is physical life. Physical life means beyond which it has come to such a stage that it is dangerous to use this building. If you live in that building, it may fall anytime, and it may cause harm to the inhabitants or to the materials which is in the building. So in that case, we call that after which it cannot be used further. We call that its life has come to an end. That life is physical life. So that will be called physical life of the building, which after which it cannot be used safely. In economic means it cannot be used economically viable, and in physical, its life has come to an end. It cannot be used safely anymore.
Physical
It
life means
has,
always more than economic life, sir.
yes, sir. So there are many other things. Economic life and physical life will also depends upon the maintenance. So if you carry out regular maintenance, economic and physical life will increase. If you do not carry out, so whenever sometimes you are in the banking valuation, in the format, you have to write future life of the building. You write 45 years, 50 years is the life, 45 is the future life. In that not in that case, you have to write if maintained properly. Only then it will be 45. If it is not maintained, it will not be 45 years. And then legal life. Legal life is basically when we will be discussing income approach. So many times, let us suppose Mr. Avniv Kaur has taken a plot from Srinivasa, and in the on the lease, it is written that Mr. Arvind will construct a building over it and will use it for 35 years. After 35 years, Avnivji will demolish the building, remove the debris, and return the land to Mr. Srinivas. Now, though the building is 35 years old, it still can be used economically as well as it still has certain physical life left. But legally, it is not possible. It has to be demolished. So that is legal life of the building. So clear what is physical, which is what is economical, and what is legal life of. Anybody having any doubt? किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछ सकता है. So जी हनुमंत जी. ठीक है. Next is factors affecting life of the building. What are the factors which will affect the life of the building? One thing is maintenance. But basically, another thing is in case of building, we are taking it from building point of view. You can plant and machineries can convert it into as per their requirement. So quality of construction. So in case of building, quality of construction is very important. So quality of construction, there are two things basically. One is material and the other one is workmanship. So if you have used best quality of material, superior quality of building material, of course, it will increase the physical as well as economical lifespan of the building. And other thing is workmanship. So workmanship is also very important. Expert labor guarantees long-lasting construction. Second is upkeep. And in upkeep and other is preventive measures. In regular upkeep, you have to carry out timely repairs, routine maintenance to stop degradation and increase a building's lifestyle, both physically as well as financially. And other is preventive measures. So many times there are certain repairs which are to be carried out to prevent the building from having damage such that the building is another thing is that important is that in case of, especially in case of building, what happens is that when you construct a building, it is bound to have settlement. You cannot stop settlement, that settlement will be zero. The main thing which affect is the differential settlement. That part has settled by 3 centimeter and south part has settled by 2 centimeter. That is the thing. So or the water is entering into your building, flood water is entering into your building or causing effect on the outer side of your building. You have to make preventive measures. So these are the things. Other things is important is for the life of the building is conditions and environment. So climate. So in case of climate, so especially in Indian conditions, all the buildings are regularly subjected to hot and cold weather alternatively. Once it is very hot, especially in the northern region, and sometimes it is very cold. So weather conditions may deteriorate the buildings quickly, and then natural disasters. So if the buildings are not built to withstand earthquakes, floods, or storms, their lifespan may be shortened in certain areas. So in the modern era, you have to construct the buildings earthquake proof depending upon the zone of the area in which you are constructing the building. And if the buildings are nearer to the waterways, seas, etc., then you have to do the construction accordingly that they are affected minimum by the sea water. Or if the buildings are subjected to frequent flooding, then how to have to protect them? If these protections are not done, then these will certainly affect the life of your building. Then uses that how you are using this building, especially if the building is being used for industrial purpose. So, of course, due to vibrations and other rough and tough uses, that will reduce the life of your building. So it will depend upon the type of occupancy, type of function for which it is being used. And then is technique. In today's scenario, many technological progresses are entering into our construction technology. So if you are using contemporary building methods and technologies, they can improve the longevity and effectiveness of the buildings. And nowadays, there are many long-lasting construction materials that can result from advancement in the building. Many materials are being introduced which are lifelong. and having more strength, more life, less weight. These buildings are being introduced in the market. And then economic elements, market demand. Decision on upkeep and upgrading may be influenced by economics. So if you are having a building, you know after carrying out certain repairs, you will be able to get a higher income from it, higher rent from it. Only then you can invest there. You know that if by spending an amount of 1 lakh, the rent which you will be getting is more than 1 lakh, only then you will invest. Or if you invest 1 lakh in repairing and renovation, then the value of your building will be increased by more than 1 lakh. Only then you will invest that amount. Means your investment is viable or not. Otherwise, you will not invest in maintenance or repair. And then legal and regulation factors, building codes, whether the building is adherence to the modern building codes and regulation that affect the buildings existing. And then zoning rules, whether you are able to modify according to the zoning rules in the building or not. These are not directly affecting the life of the building, but of course, as far as economic life is concerned, these things are important and you must know. Many times you may be getting 1 or 2 marks question as an MCQ from these things. So these are the factors which are affecting the life of the building. Then how will you calculate the total life, age, and future life of the building? That is an important thing which, as a valuer, you should know. So, of course, you know all these things already, but here we will be discussing it from IBBI examination point of view, especially. So, basically, what is total life? Total life, this refers to the expected lifespan of the building. Expected lifetime means from the time of construction to the point where it is no longer usable. So basically it is physical life of the building. Total life means physical life of the building. From the time of construction to the point where it is no longer used. So it is influenced by factors such as construction quality, material use, and environmental conditions. So now actual is, this is, so be concentrated is these two terms, actual age and effective age. That is important for a valuer. Actual age means, let us suppose the building was constructed in 2000 and now we are in 2026, means actual age of the building is 2026. But that building was not maintained properly. Its actual age may be 26 years, but its effective age, it may be 40 years. If it is not properly maintained, so you have to take into consideration for calculating the economic life, effective age of the building, not actual age of the building. That is very important. So this is an estimate of building age based upon its current conditions, utility rather than its actual age. So effective age is influenced by maintenance, renovation, and overall upkeep. So you are concerned with effective age, though it may not be in your case studies. Here in case studies, when you are doing from examination point of view, so of course you will be using actual age of the building, but when you are doing valuation, you have to take effective age into consideration, not the actual age. Actual age may be 15 years, but the effective age may be 40 years. and then the remaining economic life. So remaining economic life will be total economic life minus effective age, not actual age. Clear? Anybody having any doubt? So that is important thing. So this is most of us has been using these two things, actual and remaining, but we are having hardly using this term effective age. That is important thing. As a valuer, you have to be conversant with effective age, and this is the thing which you can learn with your experience. There is no hard and fast rule. There is no any book which will give you how to calculate effective age. That is important thing. I think the age concept is clear to you.
Yeah, hello,
Anybody
sir.
having any doubt about any concept?
Yeah, hello, sir.
जी.
Yeah, effective age may be less than actual age.
Yes, it may be less than actual age if it is properly maintained, if it has been renovated recently.
And what are the total economic life of the building? What should be
What is the total economic life of the building? There is no thumb rule, any rule. But when you are doing valuation in a particular area, generally it is depends upon the type of structure, load bearing structure, framed structures. We will discuss in the coming slides
okay?
how to
Thank you.
assume, and remember that is assumption only.
Sir,
It is not.
especially in leisure lands, if some building is constructed earlier, we were told by you that that period is economic life.
Yes. So that basically this economic life or physical life, there is no hard and fast rule for assuming. The monumental buildings. Taj Mahal is standing there for the last 500, 400 years. And then the newly constructed bridges which are falling within 1 year of its construction. You cannot have a
Hello, sir.
particular. Ji, Avidesh.
Sir, is there any rule in IBBI though we can assume the actual age? Is there any?
Sir, there is no hard and fast rule. That is your experience. Actual age of the building.
As we
Actual age,
assume
sir, actual age is that chronological age of the building. For effective age, there is no hard and fast rule.
Judicious experience.
देखिए मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूं, नॉट रिलेटेड टू सिलेबस एंड नॉट रिलेटेड टू द सिनेरियो बट रिलेटेड टू द टॉपिक। अमिताभ बच्चन जी को आप जानते हैं, उनका एक्चुअल एज होगा अराउंड 89। क्या वो 89 के लगते हैं? उनका मेंटेनेंस तो वो अभी
No,
अराउंड 70 टू 75 लगते हैं। दैट इज द इफेक्टिव एज। एक्चुअल एज उनका 85 है, दैट इज फिजिकल एज। ओके, एक और एग्जांपल देता हूं, रेखा जी द फेमस एक्ट्रेस, उनका एज भी अराउंड 85 के आसपास होगा। अभी आप उनको देखिए, क्या वो लगते हैं उतने एज के? क्योंकि मेंटेनेंस द बिल्डिंग सेम में हैपन इन बिल्डिंग और मशीन। अगर आपने किसी बिल्डिंग का प्रॉपर मेंटेनेंस किया है, उसका फ्लोरिंग वगैरह कर दिया, प्लास्टर वगैरह कर दिया है, उसका कलर कोटिंग वगैरह अच्छी कर दी है, उसको प्रॉपर, उसको जहां कहीं से भी उसका प्लास्टर खराब है या आउटर उसके सरफेस आउटर एलिवेशन बढ़िया बना दिया है, तो उसका मेंटेनेंस हो गया, तो वो उसकी इफेक्टिव एज उसकी अप्रोक्सीमेटली कम हो गई है। वो देखने में छोटा लगता है लेकिन एक्चुअल में उसका फिजिकल एज उसका ज्यादा है। दैट में बी कंसिडर्ड एज एग्जांपल। लेकिन अभी तक ऐसा कोई वो नहीं बना है, कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं बना है जो एग्जैक्ट एज कैलकुलेट कर सके किसी बिल्डिंग का। लेकिन देयर आर सो मेनी टेस्ट्स प्रिस्क्राइब्ड इन द सिविल इंजीनियरिंग डिपार्टमेंट, लेकिन वो अभी हमारा आउट ऑफ इसके साथ इस आउट ऑफ सिलेबस है, उसके बारे में हम डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे। लेट्स कंटिन्यू। यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
Thank you, Sandeep ji, for your valuable input. So, for calculating the age, there is no method in our civil engineering, but there is certain methods available with the archaeological department. They are using carbon dating and other methods. So these are very costly things which we cannot use. Another thing is, as far as effective age is concerned, again, as Hanumantaji has told you, it is your experience. And another thing is that कई बार ऐसा तो नहीं है कहीं सुर्खी बिंदी लगा के बिल्डिंग को आपको ऐसे शो किया जा रहा है, वो भी देखना पड़ेगा कि that it is off the record that a lady has gone to the beauty parlor. They have made him look of 30 years, but the actual age is of 60 years. Same thing is here also. Sometimes the builders show you the building is by having certain or by hiding certain things from you. That is an important thing also. So there is no hard and fast rule of calculating effective age. It is your experience, your physical inspection, and many other things also. So which we will be discussing in the coming slides, how you can do that. So how you can estimate the future life of the building? Basically, from condition assessment, from the building's inspection, you can assess the building's structural component systems, overall conditions, from where you can help in estimating the remaining economic life. Then historical data from the architectural plans, you can provide insight into the longevity of similar buildings from the architectural surveys and historical records. And then technological tools. So many things are available in today's scenario, like geographical information system, GIS system, BIF modeling. They can offer detailed data on building conditions and help predict future performance. So otherwise, you can do market analysis also. Understanding the economic life cycles in buildings market area is essential. For instance, residence structures typically having economic life of approximately 40 to 45 years if no more maintenance is done. You can do that market analysis in the building. But in modern era, there are many tools available. GIS and BIM is, it is very, very complex. Say this system which is very fastly coming into the scenario, which may help you to estimate the future life of the building. Clear? Anybody having any doubt? Now, so far we have studied the basic things about the cost approach. Now we will be studying the main part from where you can expect some case studies. So one thing is the depreciation, other thing is obsolescence, and the main thing is replacement and reproduction cost. And then there are certain methods which you can use to calculate depreciation. So first thing is, what is depreciation? What is depreciation? Anybody who can.
Depreciation is a in term of property. It's a depreciation is a wear and tear of the property, which can be fulfilled by the financially or it is the liability with the time.
So basically, thank you for your valuable input. Basically, it is defined in as decrease or loss in the value of the property. As far as civil engineer are concerned, it is a decrease or loss in the value of the property due to structural deterioration use, due to life, due to wear and tear, due to decay, due to obsolescence. So it may have different meaning for different persons, but as far as valuer are concerned, because we are mainly concerned with the value, so it is basically loss in the value or decrease in the value. Why? Because of structural deterioration, because of life, wear and tear, decay and deterioration or obsolescence. That is depreciation. So you know the value of the building will gradually decrease with the life, wear and tear, etc. So what we do, we assume a certain percentage of the total cost. So basically, what we do to calculate depreciation? First thing is you must know is two things. One is replacement cost and second one is reproduction cost. What is the difference between replacement and reproduction cost? Anybody?
रिप्लेसमेंट मीन्स सेम रेप्लिका लेना हो तो क्या कॉस्ट लगेगा, और रिप्रोडक्शन मीन्स सेम ऐसा ही बिल्डिंग फिर से बनाना है तो क्या कॉस्ट लगेगा।
उसमें
Sir,
फर्क है।
replacement means same replica with other material, and reproduction is same material and same replica.
So basically, the thing is that here let us suppose you have a building. It is a two-roomed building. Okay. You constructed a building with different materials, which are this building was constructed in 1960. At that time, generally RB slab was used. RB slab means reinforced brick slab. Nowadays, we are using RC slab, reinforced concrete slab. Okay. With this, it was the size of the building. This window was, let us suppose, 3 by 3. Now the size of the window is 2 by 4. Let us suppose. This building, this wall partition wall was with mud mortar. This wall is with the cement concrete mortar. It was plastered on both the sides, but it is not plastered. Now see, if you take the example of this wall, this is a partition wall, this is also partition wall, but this is constructed with mud mortar, it is constructed with cement mortar. It is plastered on both sides, it is not plastered on both sides. But the utility of this wall is, this is also used as a partition wall. It is providing the same utility which this wall was providing. Utility में तो कोई change नहीं हुआ. So if the building is providing same utility, the size of there was a window here, window is also there, but its size is different. But it is providing the same utility. If the utility has not changed, but the material has changed, specifications have changed, technology has changed, then we will call that we has replaced the building. Means it is having same utility. Thing is, it is having same utility. Other things are, of course, the material may be same, material may be different, sizes of the doors, windows may be different or same, but it has having the same utility. We will call that we have replaced the building. But if we construct the same replica of this building, a mirror image of this building, we will call it reproduction. Then we will call it reproduction. Same material, the window will be 3x3, this wall will be of mud mortar, it will be plastered on the both the sides, everything similar, same replica. Then we will call that we have reproduced that building. So as far as our concern is, we are generally concerned with the replacement cost. Means we assume to construct a building maybe with different materials but with the same utility. Is it clear? Anybody having any doubt about this replacement and reproduction?
Sir, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
For example, the property is constructed with the roof of RCC technology, right?
Yeah.
But in the case of replace, the another property which is constructed by the AAC roofing or the roofing which is not usually acceptable in the valuation. For example, it's load bearing structure, or in the central part of India is a stone mount wall. So this can be considered as a replacement technology, replacement definition.
Sir, it will depend upon the utility.
देखिए रिप्लेसमेंट में आप क्या करेंगे, रिप्लेसमेंट का पर्पस है कि आप पुरानी बिल्डिंग को किसी को वैल्यू कर रहे हैं और आज के डेट में उसको रिप्लेस करना है। अगर पहले वो आरसीसी की बनी है तो आज मड तो इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रही है, आज तो उससे भी ज्यादा हाई टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल हो रही है। मींस आप पुरानी चीज को रिप्लेस करके नई चीज बना रहे हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड रिप्लेसमेंट। ओके, आप नई चीज को बदल के पुरानी चीज बना रहे हैं, ऐसा ऐसा तो कहीं भी नहीं होता।
डन सर।
आप पुरानी चीज को, कोई बिल्डिंग है उसकी जगह एक फैक्ट्री है बनी हुई, आप उस फैक्ट्री की जगह फैक्ट्री बना रहे हैं, वो फैक्ट्री आज की डेट में जो मटेरियल अवेलेबल है वो इस्तेमाल करेंगे ना।
राइट सर।
ठीक है, अभी कोई मॉन्यूमेंटल स्ट्रक्चर तो मार्केट में अवेलेबल नहीं है, या फिर कोई मड मड के रिलेटेड आजकल तो कुछ चीजें मार्केट में मिलती भी नहीं है पुरानी, कुछ टाइल्स हैं जो मिलती भी नहीं है मार्केट में, आप उससे क्यों रिप्लेस करेंगे? वो तो मॉन्यूमेंटल हो जाएगा, वो तो फिर ज्यादा महंगा पड़ेगा।
राइट।
ठीक है ना। तो आज की डेट में आप उसको मॉडर्न तरीके से जो मार्केट में इजीली अवेलेबल आप उससे रिप्लेस करेंगे, दैट इट विल बी कॉल्ड अ रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट। ठीक है, रिप्रोडक्शन होगा एग्जैक्टली सेम। 10x10 की वॉल है तो 10x10 की होगी, सीमेंट की बनी है तो सीमेंट की ही होगी, वुड विंडो है तो वुडन विंडो ही होगी, एल्यूमिनियम की नहीं होगी।
दैट इज रेप्लिका।
या दैट इज कॉल्ड रेप्लिका। यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
ठीक। So we will be using replacement cost. But if you are doing valuation of a monumental building, then of course you will be using reproduction cost. So another thing is that how we use replacement cost. let us suppose you have a building, you go to the site, you know the building was constructed in 2000, in the year of 2000. Now we are doing valuation as on 26. So age of the building is, of course, 26 years. So let us suppose effective age is also 26 years, for example. Now, let us suppose area of the building is 1000 square feet. So how we calculate the replacement cost as on today? See here. Let us suppose plinth area rate, for example, is of similar building is 2000 rupees per square feet. So what will be the cost of this structure as on today?
20 lakhs.
It will be 20 lakhs. So it is called replacement cost. It is called replacement cost. Okay. So what is replacement cost?
Present material.
20 lakhs. Now see, this building is 26 years old. This is a replacement cost, but this is not the actual cost. It has depreciated. Okay, it has depreciated. So let us suppose how depreciation is calculated. We will discuss. Let us suppose the depreciation is 1.5% per year. Let us suppose depreciation is 1.5% per year. Then how much amount will be depreciated?
39%.
It will be 39%. Means what is total depreciation? Depreciation in 1 year is 1.5%. Total
Multiply by
depreciation will be 26 into 1.5. Means 39%. 39% of what?
20 lakhs.
20 lakhs. So this 39%, it will be called depreciation cost.
Depreciation cost.
Depreciation cost. What will be that depreciation cost?
तो जो पार्ट डेप्रिशिएट हो चुका
Means how much it will be? 39% of 20 lakh is 7,80,000.
80,000.
Ah,
Correct.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So it is 7.8 lakh. So this is depreciation. See here, this is depreciation cost. Two things you know. One is replacement cost, other is depreciation cost, and the remaining that will be called depreciated replacement cost. Depreciated. Depreciated. So these are three things. One is replacement cost, other is depreciation, third one is depreciated. So what is depreciated cost?
12.20.
20 minus 7.8.
12.8.
So it will be, I think, 12.2.
सर एक बार इसको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे डेप्रिशिएटेड को.
See, सर रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट पता लगी कितनी? ये समझ आ गया? कोई डाउट है?
नहीं सर.
ठीक है, डेप्रिसिएशन कितनी है? 39% किसका?
ऑफ द 1000 रुपीज पर स्क्वायर फीट.
20 लाख का.
हाँ.
20 लाख का 39% कितना हो गया? 20 लाख का 39% कितना हो गया? 20 into 7.3.9 0.39 7.8 लाख.
वही जोड़ो.
ओके, तो बाकी कितना बचा? 20 में से 7.8 लाख डेप्रिशिएट हो गया. बाकी कितना बचा?
12.2 lakhs.
So this is replacement cost is 20 lakh. Depreciation cost is how much depreciated? That is 7.8 lakh. So there are two terms. One is depreciation, other is depreciated. So you have to look in the question what he has asked you, whether he has asked depreciation or whether he has asked about depreciated. Clear? कोई doubt है तो पूछ लो. So you must understand these two terms, depreciation and depreciated.
सर
These
एक बार
are
इसको
most.
थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं. द वैल्यू विच इज ऑलरेडी like already deducted from the wear and tear, that is depreciated, and the left value which is left with the property is depreciation.
No,
Right,
sir. Which is depreciation? Depreciation is how much depreciation has occurred. How much depreciation has occurred. How much reduction is there in the value.
How depreciation and depreciated cost difference, sir, or both are same thing, sir?
No, sir. Depreciation cost is 7.8 lakh.
Yes, sir.
Depreciated cost is 12.2 lakh. After deducting depreciation cost, what you get? Sir, see,
Depreciated value.
The net value after
the
depreciation.
net value, that is depreciated value.
Yes, sir.
We may call it net depreciation cost also.
सर डेप्रिसिएटेड वैल्यू है वो आज से 26 साल पहले की वैल्यू है उसको
वो
बोल
आज
सकते
की वैल्यू जे सर, जे आज अगर आज बिल्डिंग बनाते हैं तो 20 लाख की बनती. 26 साल पहले की बिल्डिंग की वैल्यू जो है वो 12.20 लाख है, क्योंकि 26 साल पहले बनी थी. क्लियर है? एनीबॉडी हैविंग एनी अदर डाउट? ये तीन चीजें आपके दिमाग में क्लियर होनी चाहिए. रिप्लेसमेंट, व्हाट इज रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट, व्हाट इज डेप्रिसिएशन कॉस्ट, व्हाट इज डेप्रिशिएटेड कॉस्ट. बहुत सी एग्जांपल्स करेंगे, क्लियर हो जाएगा, लेकिन एक बार आपको समझाना जरूरी था. जो लोग ऑलरेडी वैल्यूएशन फील्ड में, उनके लिए कोई नई चीज नहीं है, बट जो those who are new to this concept, they have to learn this thing.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
जी.
Sir, this valuation replacement cost 20 लाख, इसमें हमने जो प्लिंथ एरिया रेट लिया है वो तब का लिया है, पुराना?
नहीं, आज की डेट का सर, आज की डेट का.
आज की डेट का.
जी.
तो सर इसमें अभी जो आज की डेट का है इसमें डेप्रिसिएशन ये थोड़ा सा क्लियर
डेप्रिसिएशन
नहीं हुआ
लगा
है.
दी सर, ये 39%.
नहीं, जो सर एक्चुअल कास्ट उसकी होगी, जो उस टाइम की होगी उससे डेप्रिसिएशन करके अभी ये
नहीं
कास्ट
सर,
आएगी ना.
उस ऐसा नहीं करना ना, वही तो बता रहा हूँ सर. ये मेथड ऐसा नहीं है. वो तब का नहीं लेना है, आज का लेना है.
राइट सर.
हाँ, यही चीज आपको समझाने के. ये प्लेन एरिया रेट जो लेना है वो 2026 का लेना है, 2000 का नहीं लेना है सर. दिस इज अ प्रोसीजर. इसे यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज नहीं होना. प्रेजेंट रेट ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन you have to take, and then you have to apply depreciation over it, not of rate of 2000. फिर तो depreciation लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं. जी प्रेम सागर जी, इज इट क्लियर?
With your permission,
जी सर.
यस सर.
sir, with
जी
your permission.
जी जी, हम अनंत जी, प्लीज करिए.
वो सर का डाउट, वो बुक वैल्यू है. बुक वैल्यू इज डिफरेंट. जब बनाए सो टाइम के जो खर्चा है वो बुक वैल्यू बोलते हैं. रिप्लेसमेंट सर बोले सो रिप्लेसमेंट कास्ट. आज बना सिमिलर बनाए तो कैसा होता?
ओके ओके, नो आई अंडरस्टैंड सर, थैंक यू.
That was book value. What you are
Thank-
asking is book value.
So thank you
Right, sir.
Hanumanta ji for
Thank
your
you, sir.
valuable
Thank you,
input.
sir.
So anybody having any other doubt?
नो सर.
So now we will be taking a simple method. How you will be calculating depreciation? First method is there are certain methods. First method is straight line method. So how we do value depreciation? How we calculate depreciation with the straight line? When you calculate today's value, when you calculate replacement cost means you have calculated its 100% cost. Replacement means 100% cost you have calculated. Let us suppose the life of the building is 60 years. Let's suppose life of the building is 60 years. And we have learned one thing, that is salvage value or scrap value. What is that value?
The scrap value.
Scrap value or salvage value, what is this value?
Sir, scrap value when we are
बिल्डिंग की लाइफ खत्म
dismantling
होने
the
के बाद
property,
जो
that is
उसकी
scrap
स्क्रैप
value.
वैल्यू बचती है उसको सैल्वेज वैल्यू कहते हैं.
Scrap value is the value at the end of his physical life,
Cumulative value is scrap
and which
value
is not
and
not functional also, sir. Whereas
Yes.
salvage value is
part by part, sir.
yeah, फिर भी it is functional.
Unit wise.
Can be run.
Okay, so let us assume salvage value and scrap values are equal. We consider it to be salvage value. So basically what will happen after 60 years? We will assume that the cost of the building, cost of construction will remain same. We will assume this is a basically these methods are accounting methods. There are certain things which are not digestible for our engineers. We cannot digest these things. But in these all these methods, it is assumed that if the cost of, as on today is 2000, after 60 years it will remain 2000 per square feet. This is basic thing which you have to assume. That is a problem, but we'll assume. So after 60 years, what will you get? Every year building will depreciate. Its value will reduce. Go on decreasing every year. After 60 years, what will you get?
0.
It is not 0.
Scrap value.
It is scrap value or salvage value. And let us suppose scrap value or salvage value is 10%. It means how much reduction in value over 60 years? If
Then
it was 100
90%.
year, 100,
90%.
so it means 100% minus
10%.
10%. So it is 90%. In how many years?
60 years.
60 years.
So what is depreciation in 1 year?
1.5.
90 by 60.
90 by 60, 100 minus 10. Basically, we write it 90 by 60. So it is 1.5% per year. So it is 1.5%. So if we take it generally, let us suppose we call this 100% as original cost of the building. This salvage value as S, which is salvage value of the building. And let us suppose this life as N, we denote it with N, life of the building, which is economic life of the building, of course. So the formula depreciation per year, we call it denoted with D. Depreciation per year will be C is original cost minus S is salvage value divided by N, which is depreciated cost. क्लियर, एनी डाउट?
सी को क्या बोलेंगे सर? व्हाट
हाँ
से?
जी, C is original cost, S is salvage value, N is total life. See here, it is total life, not age of the building. There will be two things. One is total life, another is
Age of the building.
life, age of the building. So it is total life of the building, not life of the building.
The
So
total
D
life
is
value is 60
depreciation.
years.
Salvage value is
In our
10%.
case, it is 60 years. In the question, it may be 80 years, it may be 100 years.
Okay, done,
That will
done.
depend.
That's
So D is depreciation per year. It is
per year.
depreciation per year. So total depreciation will be, what will be total depreciation?
With current age
90.
of
You
property.
will multiply it with age. Total
90%.
depreciation will be age multiplied by
Rate of
depreciation
depreciation.
per year. As you have calculated in the question, 26 year was the age, depreciation per year was 1.5 year, total depreciation was
39 years.
39%.
39%.
39%. Okay,
Sir,
this is
sir, in this
this is
matter, we are taking uniform depreciation, rate of depreciation.
सर वो सारी चीजें क्लियर हो जाएंगी, अभी थोड़ा धीरे रखिए। क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती वो सारी आएंगी, अभी अभी हम बेसिक सीख रहे हैं, थोड़ा इस पे कंसंट्रेट करिए। क्लियर है? कोई डाउट
सर ये फॉर्मूला सेम है?
हाँ जी
सर सर ये फॉर्मूला सारे एसेट्स क्लास के लिए सेम है?
सर, आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं है।
सर ये सारे एसेट क्लास के लिए फॉर्मूला सेम है?
जी जी जी, फार्मूला सेम रहेगा सभी एसेट क्लास के लिए, स्टेट लाइन, कोई चेंज नहीं होगी।
तो इसमें जो साल्वेज वैल्यू 10 लिया है सर, ये क्या है?
वे 10% हमने माना है कि अगर आज की डेट में 20 लाख वैल्यू है
हाँ,
तो 60 साल के बाद हमें 2 लाख मिल जाएगा जो सालवेज बचेगा।
ओके।
ठीक है ना? जैसे लेट अस टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ ए कार। After it's let us suppose you have purchased a car for 10 lakh rupees. You know of its life is say let 20 years. After 20 years, you will get 1 lakh as the salvage value of that car. When you sell it to a scrap dealer, he will give you at least 1 lakh. It means how much reduction will be there? 10 lakh minus 1 lakh, 9 lakh will be depreciated.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a straight line method.
Salvage value will we have to assume 10% only, or it can be more or less?
So it will depend upon salvage value. See here example. Take the example. So if it is a load bearing structure, in load bearing structure, it may be 10%. But if it is an industrial structure where the columns are of steel
Yes, sir.
and
Plus,
your roofing is of GI sheets.
yes, sir.
So of course the life of the industrial structure will be not will be 60 years,
Less.
it will be less than, let us suppose it is 40 years. You will get more salvage of that. You can use the column as it is on another place. You can also use GI sheets for some other purpose also. So their salvage value will be more, but total life will be less. Clear?
Mhm.
So salvage will depend upon the type of material
Mhm.
and of course how it is maintained.
सर एक चीज बस पूछनी थी, ये 10 जो लिया है हमने, 10 जो कंसिडर किया है, वो रुपीस में है ना?
नहीं,
राइट?
परसेंटेज में सर।
ओके, परसेंटेज में।
रूपीज में अगर कन्वर्ट करना है तो 10% ऑफ 20 लाख,
ओके,
that
यस
is
यस।
2 lakh. You can convert everything into rupees also. That depends upon you. How do carry out the calculations? That is not the problem. Either you can do the calculation in percentage or you can do the calculation in rupees. But remember, if you are doing calculation in rupees, everything should be in the rupees.
Yes,
If
yes,
you are
yes.
doing valuation in the percentage, everything should be in the percentage. That is the basic thing. Otherwise, it will not make any difference.
मिस्टर अभिषेक आनंद
सर
सर, ये जो आपकी स्क्रीन पर विजिबल है, यही आपके पैन कार्ड पर लिखा हुआ है नाम?
सर अभिषेक आनंद ही लिखा है सर।
सर, abhishek.anand@capri
सॉरी
global।
सॉरी सॉरी, रिजॉइन किया तो सर इसमें कुछ
आपकी
इश्यू हो गया।
अटेंडेंस नहीं मिल पाएगी सर। दिट वाज द फर्स्ट प्रोटोकॉल कि आपका स्क्रीन नेम आपके पैन कार्ड से सेम होना चाहिए, रजिस्ट्रेशन नाम से सेम होना चाहिए। बिकॉज यू आर अटेंडिंग विद डिफरेंट नेम, योर अटेंडेंस मे नॉट बी प्रोवाइडेड। यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
So, second method is constant percentage method. So, what is the difference between straight line and constant percentage method? Anybody?
Sir, annually the depreciation is same in every year, sir. Means
The
a
annual
constant.
depreciation percentage is constant.
The depreciation percentage is applied on the remaining cost, depreciated cost.
Yes, sir.
That is the basic thing. So it is applied on the basic thing. So if we compare it with the compound interest formula, in compound interest formula was, what was that? Everything was added, something was added every year, and the formula is future value was is equals to there you have deposited some amount in the bank and you are getting interest and something was added every year and this formula was 1 plus r raised to power n. Okay. And you multiply it with present value factor PV. So it was equals to PV into 1 plus r raised to power n. Now let us suppose we compare it with our depreciation part. Let us suppose we compare it with depreciation. In depreciation, what is happening here? What is happening here? यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है?
The value
उल्टा हो
depreciate
रहा है.
ulta minus
Means you are, instead of increasing, it is
decreasing.
Reducing, huh?
decreasing. So if we, let us suppose if we call it C, present value, let us suppose the original cost, we replace it with C, and this R with P, then the formula should be, it should be 1 minus P raised to power n into C. It is 1 minus P. Instead of R, we'll take R as rate of interest. Here we P is rate of depreciation. So it was adding every year, it is reducing every year. The formula will be similar. Basic thing is the same. So it is C into 1 minus P raised to power n, where n is, what is n here?
Number of years.
Age.
Number of years.
Number of
Age.
years of the building.
Age of the building.
So this is a formula for depreciation to be calculated with the
P is
this
depreciation percentage, sir.
GG per year.
सर इससे हमको डेप्रिशिएटेड वैल्यू मिलेगी।
जी, इससे हमें डेप्रिशिएटेड वैल्यू डायरेक्टली मिल जाएगी।
ठीक है।
ठीक है। So another thing is, let us suppose life of the building is 60 years. Life of the building is 60 years. Let us suppose life of the building is 60 years. Then what will happen after 60 years? What will you get? If n is equal to 60, you will get it
salvage value,
means
sir.
you will get salvage value. It means at n equals to 60, salvage value, it will be equal to C into 1 minus P raised to power n. Okay. So and if you have to calculate P from here, let us write S on other side. S on other side. So it will be S upon C S divided by C equals to 1 minus P raised to power n. Or we can say that if we take 1 upon n on both sides, if we raise the power by 1 upon n on both the sides, it will be S upon C raised to power one divided by n equals to 1 माइनस पी। ऐसे होगा अगर दोनों साइड से हम 1 अपॉन n पावर रेज कर दे दोनों तरफ, और इफ p will be equals to this 1 on the other side will be negative, we change it, if we write it like this, 1 minus S upon C raised to power
M by N.
1 divided by N. So if Salvage value is given, you can use this formula to calculate P. P is equals to 1 minus S upon C raised to power 1 upon N. एक ये फार्मूला आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. S is equals to C into 1 minus P raised to power N. एंड डेप्रिशिएटेड वैल्यू का फार्मूला C into 1 minus P raised to power N वही फार्मूला रहेगा. And if you have to find P will be equals to 1 minus S upon C raised to power 1 upon N. एक ये फार्मूला आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा. You have to remember one this formula. तो this is the second formula which we'll be using. ठीक है संजय जी, we can have a lunch break of
Yes,
1
sir.
hour.
सर एक बार सी का कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ा सा समझा देंगे
We will
सर
take
अभी
all the
दोबारा
questions
करेंगे.
after the lunch break. We are going
We will
to take a lunch break for 1 hour. It is around 2 p.m. We will join sharp at 3 p.m. Till then, you can leave the meeting and join 5 minutes before starting the class. And we will take all the questions and doubts just immediately after that lunch break.
okay. Thank you.